Hello there. It's another episode. This one should be number 44. Yeah, Germany, 1890 to, what year is it actually? It's March 1929. And we had our second war against Britain in a relatively short time. We had this here it is. We had this first war against the British from January 23 throughout most of 24. They caved, we got some possessions, then they went communists, and despite having just been to war, they get really annoyed because we own Norway and we have was it Nova Scotia that triggered them so? And they are in this communist alliance with Soviet Russia, so both joined, but both had pathetic fleets, and I lost my Northeastern Asia possession, Port Arthur, and I was actually glad I got rid of it. Keeping it would have been okay, but if I had lost it now or some other time or never, it doesn't really matter. So now I have a good chain of bases, except Southern Africa. I might expand the base there. Falkland Islands, I don't send very many ships this way, but yeah. So basing here is up to 105 now. And this is 120, not nearly enough to take on the US, but it's a good basis. And I've started construction of fortifications everywhere, and also more air bases. So in theory, we could already reach Panama if Panama turns American, so we could actually seize not only Suez, we have Suez, but we could also gain control of the Panama Canal. If we do, that would be somewhat hilarious. It's not very practical in terms of travel for us, but keeping it away from the Americans would be good from a strategic perspective. UK being communist, I think that also reduces the chance of America and Great Britain becoming fast friends, because now instead of matching modes of government, they have sort of hostile modes of government. So France and the US, they are friends now. I think they're probably still in alliance, yes. That's the only other alliance, is this limited democracy alliance between Austria-Hungary, Spain, and myself. So I started sending my fleets back. I had this invasion going on here, and I had a fleet in Southeast Asia. Everybody's going home. I've scrapped my two 19-knot battleships, my first battleships that I built way too slow. I also lost two of them along the way, so scrapping them wasn't such a big deal. And I've also reorganized a lot in the division editor. I've made some reserves of the 12-inchers. I have moved many of the older 14-inchers into the Baltic or Ostseeflotte. And I've made room in my high seas fleet for new ships that are coming online now and in the mid-term future. I have the mine hunting flotillas. The short-range ones will stay in the Baltic. The others will base in Northern Europe, so they are ready to move where needed into the Med or wherever. At least so I have some minesweeping until I can build more corvettes. I've turned all the destroyers that were below 1,000 tons. I didn't have very many. They are now building as corvettes with extra mine depth charges and depth charge throwers, so they will have a decent ASV value. This got up to 8. I think this will be reasonably good for the time, and you can see the crazy British and Russia and Italy, so a lot of people are investing in subs, so hunting subs might become a thing in the future. I've started building docks again. Only the UK have comparable dock size. The US is 10,000 behind. So is everyone else. Japan is sort of in the middle there with 60,000. Spain can still not be clicked. You can see it doesn't react, it just shows my the stats of the last nation. So that's a bug in this beta, so that will hopefully be fixed. Yeah, I probably will do a bunch of other refits along the way. We can now build proper light cruisers with triple turrets up to 10,000 tons. We can stick float planes on our cruisers, and battleships for that matter, but I prefer not to have flammable planes on my biggest ships as a preference. I built 1 float plane carrier, 2 float plane carriers. 1 struck a mine and sank. Not sure how many more I want to build. I might build a few more just for fun, for role-playing reasons. 2 Mackenzens are almost ready. And my 2 CVL conversions are coming along nicely. I'll probably go in and change the title so it matches the class, so no confusion. I mean, I could do that here as well, but I probably won't. Resume building the Scharnhorsts. These are powerful ships. And the only major change here would be to get them that 3rd level of TPS that unlocked, was it right before or during the war? I don't remember. We have dual purpose, but we have no AA directors, and I still cannot make double mounts, and I cannot make dual purpose 5-inch, so it's sort of in the middle of where AA could take off. Regarding planes, everyone has them. Most people are either building or have built carriers. Great Britain and France, notable exceptions. Spain, yeah, but Spain is so much smaller. So I might convert more of my battle cruisers in the future, those with a decent speed. And if I bother to replace their engines, they could easily reach 30 knots. They won't be able to carry million planes, but they could be okay, and also thematic and fun. I'm also looking at building some bigger destroyers, but let's get a few months going here, so some of this stuff clears out and ships get back to home port and can be put into reserve. Unexpected advances, we like that. Gradual damage control, that's good. Some intelligence reports, so more people have triple turrets. We already had that. We can see if there are any more ships in Northern Europe that are active that can be put into mothball. Yes, these can be mothballed. Was very messy. No, the Baltic, yes, let's sort them by division. I think that's easier. So these are in the Baltic and they are reserved. These are on their way. This is repairing. This one is mothballed and or waiting to get home. Baltic, these can be reserved. These are in Northern Europe, reserved. Moving, reserves, reserve. The Baltic, reserve, reserve. No, those are Harrias. Okay, they can be mothballed. These guys are on foreign station. Okay, these have reached the Baltic and can be mothballed. These are already mothballed in. Already our finances are okay, and we are building docks, and we are building quite a few coastal batteries and some air bases. Or was I building? No, there were already air bases on the northeast coast there. Yeah. So one more turn, I think, will be fine. Increased loading mechanization. I'm guessing turrets. Voice radio, that's probably fleet tactics. Faster than our fastest fighter. Yeah, we will request some new planes soon. No particular rush. Now what do we have here? How many ships are these? Oh, these are my colonial cruisers, of course. So these guys are going home, presumably. Yes, they are. Let's just wait one more turn before we do anything. Goban is commissioned. Corvettes finished. Preheater. I mean, those corvettes can be handy if there's anti-sub warfare. I know you go way over the limit, but for trade protection, but that's just the minimum. I don't think it hurts to have a big pool of destroyers. I mean, I guess I don't. Why did I not put mines on these guys? I don't understand. They probably even have tonnage to spare. Yes. They could have had 8 mines. They can pay 70 now just to get it done. No, it's not important. 8 mines, 80 mines, no, it's not. These are obsolete. Mothballed. Who's active here? Those are guys are moving into the Baltic. That's good. Northern Europe. These are obsolete and will be mothballed. These guys should be reserved. Foreign station, mothball, reserve, reserve. Oh my god, suddenly I have money. Ah. My budget is still much lower than it was back in the day. Now all my fleet destroyers have returned to their they will be reserved. These guys need a rebuild. Okay, I'll get around to that. We have someone stuck in weird places. This one should go to the Baltic. The rest of his friends. Yes, we had a battleship join us, and they can go here to the High Seas Fleet. They can, with their 17-inch guns, definitely be a flagship. No, that's a battle cruiser, forget it. It goes into Schlag Krysser H. There you go. And make flagship. So it's a 29 knotter. A pretty powerful formation. Went the 15 and 8-17 guns on the broadside. You don't want to get hit by that. It doesn't help that the AI has some 30 and 31 knot battle cruiser. It's just not gonna end well for him. Yeah, I need to get those destroyers building. But Zoom construction, I knew I had forgotten something. Yeah. But you can see that Mackensen is almost done, so this will work out quite nicely. Air groups, I don't have a lot of air groups. I have these 4. I guess I could add air unit, naval patrol, copy air unit. To be honest, base size 20 and the kind of technology that we have on the planes at the moment, I don't want to sink too much money into planes. You can see I don't remember, this will probably 60-80, so it's a 180, so maybe 700 or something for my planes on active. I could put them into reserve, of course, but you get the picture. If you sort of fill up every airbase, that's going to get frightfully expensive very quickly. So who reached the Baltic? No, one more turn. Oh, that was sad, but okay. Reloads for deck-mounted torpedo tubes. That's very convenient. Most of my ships are on reserve. I shouldn't have anyone on active except these corvettes that just finished, some mothballed. There we are. Slightly negative, but I think once the bases fortifications finish building, we should be good. Absolutely, once this is done, we are going to break even. France and US no longer. Sad. No. I think I adjusted, yeah, anti-aircraft artillery, I adjusted that to high as well. So everything that has to do with high is now either light forces or light related. And then armor and damage control and guns I have given medium priority. Not sure if that's the best or good or anything, but that's what we're going with. We're watching the communists and our next door neighbors, Japan and the US medium because they are big. These two small fry low. We're actually sinking 1440 into intelligence. Could have been a couple of ships. I don't know. I will eventually scrap all these Zeppelins, but right now they are the best spotters in the game, I would say. They have way more spotting range than the naval patrol aircraft. Let's see, it's 2029. I think I will hold off requesting anything until the new year. So the ideal here would be to get a fighter with firepower 3, of course. It can actually hit something, but it needs way more range, and the reliability is shitty. Float plane scout, the only thing interesting here is the range and reliability. You can do bomb load and actually get them to carry torpedoes, but I never had any luck with striking anything because they are so super slow and limited by the time. Yeah, it could be fun, but I don't think so. This torpedo bomber is atrocious because it has no range and it's not even remotely reliable. But the naval patrol aircraft, despite having short range, that's not horrible. Now, push on to 1930. I think we are about 10 years late with the aircraft development, so that sort of fits. Using the 80% tech, I think it's hit the sweet spot, pretty much. Yeah. These are the stuff I stole from, or liberated from the British communists. Yes, Mackensen, Goeben has worked up. The US government is interested in buying the rights to heavy shells. No. It's not interesting. Oh, they got upset. Oh. No, I'm not actively seeking out a war with the US now. But if we get into a war, it's fine. Battleships are still the kings, and I have the best battleships. The problem is, I don't want to send my entire fleet to the US East Coast because then I get fatigued, and that's not cool. And they probably won't come except the occasional little raid. So then it will be a standoff, and then they might try to steal my colonies that I have stolen from the British. And if they take them, then it will be all that much harder to sort of be in a position to deal with the US when the time comes. Yeah. Do I have these lame 4-inch batteries? Those are legacy, right? It should go in here. Mackensen. So now I have 2 speed 29 quadrants. Comparable. This one is slightly lighter. They have 2 less 15-inch, but are otherwise very similar. So now we are running in surplus, and let's just theoretically see what happens if I turn these very old. Probably can't convert them because I only have. But I want to see. Yes, I could replace machinery to get them. I could get them to. Them to 28. Kind of expensive though. 60. That's a lot of 5-inch. Okay, but it has some potential. These are bigger and would probably make for even better. It's kind of expensive for 60 planes, but would be They will be fast, well armed, and so weiter. But I will have to wait until I can do full conversions. I don't think I can do light cruisers from scratch yet, can I? No, I can only convert to light. So I'll have to wait a bit for that. Mackensen, fair, yeah, you go to reserve. Division editor. I want them to join these squadrons, but then they will each be a battle cruiser and a battleship short. So we should look at the design. The only important thing here is the torpedo defense. We can easily reach 26 if we want and keep everything. That's definitely an option. Yeah. I'm gonna just have a quick break here and I'll get do some possibility studies and I'll get back. Okay, so this is my first true fleet destroyer. It looks a lot like DT 1500 family, but it is the DD, the fleet destroyer. What can we call it? DD, yeah. Oh no, I hid it behind the screen. Okay, yeah. It's super annoying, but it happens. So it has 2 quads with reloads because that unlocked. It has mines. You can take those off later if you want. No, not increase DC storage because that is very heavy for very little gain. 1 ASV for 30 tons. Yeah, but I guess we could do it since we have the tonnage. Okay. Speed 34, that was relatively cheap, so good. We have unit machinery because that was also very cheap. So now 1 hit to the engine won't necessarily knock it out, but it's still a destroyer. No 3-inch guns, but we have a total of 8 5-inch guns. They are not DP at this stage, but I think we could take out some of this extra equipment once we have dual purpose 5-inch and AI director, and then we could sort of play around with it. So we'll design this guy and step forward. Average Wiley has been implicated in a scandal. Lots of champagne and an admiral's daughter. That sounds very enjoyable. But I'm not taking prestige for him. Sorry. Large diesel engines. Yeah. No one builds anything with diesel engine, and least of all at this stage of the game. Go to the build screen. Yeah. But now they are not so cheap anymore. So 12 is more than 6,000. We could have a battleship for that. When we have 2,500 ton destroyers, we can look at building some more specialized ships. I did want to try to get TPS on these guys, but it turned out to be too expensive. An upheaval in Panama. Ooh, what? We don't have any forces there, but we need some tension anyway, so. Oh, this is the most hilarious thing that's ever happened in Rule the Waves for me. Okay, this is probably going to trigger the US out of this world. But because now we control both the Panama Canal and Suez. I'm gonna save them because I'm paranoid. I will immediately copy it. Okay, this has never happened. I have stolen Egypt from the British once before, and I had a game as the US where I never got hold of the Panama Canal. That was super annoying. Basically, I had to have two different fleets because 1, 2, 3, 4. It took me 4 months just to get ships across to my other coast. It was hilariously sad, kind of. Yeah, maybe it helped that we had 4 cruisers present here. Okay, that was amazing sauce. So I will immediately build 4 6-inch. No, that sounds meaningless. I will build an airbase. What? And then call maybe both. Okay, yeah. Colon is the one on the Caribbean side. I think we'll actually. Oh, there already? Yeah, of course, there are already bases there. Build fortifications. 14-inch in coastal batteries in turrets. Am I overdoing this now? 12-inch? 14-inch? Is that the biggest? I've never built. Yeah, let's build. It's fun. So, Jamaica. I cannot even remember gaining control of Jamaica, but clearly I do, so we need to fortify it. Nassau has no airbase. Yeah, I got the motor torpedo boats as well. Maybe we should start building some MTB squadrons too. They are just very cheap. Is there a more efficient way to do this, maybe? Probably. Something like that. That was crazy. I took light forces down to medium because we are relatively far ahead there. Division, new division, CV, light carrier division, H, ELVH. And then I suppose it needs a fighter group. Oh. What should we do here? 18 fighters and 16 torpedo bombers. Yeah, okay. I mean, we could focus on cap only, but the fighters are pretty ineffective anyway, so And the bombers are pretty ineffective. Okay. Route training has suffered. Unexpected advances in Zeppelins. 40 aircraft, that's nice. Yeah. Why are we so poor? Air groups. Copy air group. Paste air group. Yes. Because I started building a ton of fortifications, I'm pretty dumb. So save and copy game. Just request some aircraft and we'll start by requesting a fighter. Firepower, speed. Oh. Yeah, no, you can do reliability, right? Reliability, but that's pretty boring. Or range. Yeah, but we don't want to go to war with the US right now. Naval patrol. But why? Why come dragging this useless plane? Yes, I see it can drop bombs. That's great. But its range is worse. So now. Okay, let's look at area overview. No, sorry, base overview. Germany. Expand airbase. Zanzibar. Yeah, one. Definitely. New docks complete. Japanese, yeah, sure. They are probably far behind in tech. Lightweight scantlings, no idea what a scantling is. But I don't see why we should stop building these guys now. Let's get that up to the max. Okay, I feel that we are overspending here. My budget. Okay, so I have a very large fleet. So I suppose that's part of the reason. There a way to save here. Pull. Oh, I have so many destroyers that will need fixing soon. Above average. Lucky sportsman. He won, you say? Wasn't that the army colonel? Wasn't that army colonel the favorite? I think I let him go this time, of course. Submarines. Okay, yeah. No. Build sub. 89 reliability. Not super good, but sure. No, mine laying sub. What the? 1, 2, 3. That was not a plan. Jesus Christ. Build sub. Medium range. And I already started one. No? 6. There you go. Goes to battery. Revolution in an African country. Let's send an international squadron. Oh, this is smooth. Now I can do dual 3 and 4 inch mounts. So my monthly balance has recovered. What is the last? 24, so that's half the number I think I need. I have 8 here. Yeah. I will try to design a light cruiser. Give me 5. Nah, I couldn't really figure out any good ways to do this. I'm just gonna mothball this bunch. Now more and more of my ships are slowing down, and yeah. Armor quality, weight saving, armor piercing, some setbacks, tension. I would like for at least one to be yellow. Almanac. No. You can see the US is earning more and has a considerably bigger fleet. And Great Britain has a big budget, so I think that will eventually end up in a pretty good place. Well, they have a few old surviving ships, but the new stuff they're building, it's big, it's powerful. They still build crappy light cruisers. Let's just push forward. By all means. New fighter prototype. Okay. That's good firepower. Range is even worse. No. No. Let's try a torpedo bomber. Range and range. Okay, interesting. Japan and the US. France doesn't like us controlling Corsica. That's a good thing. Okay, now I have a small surplus. Good ship. Wait a second. Yeah, didn't really help. Hey, 5-inch dual purpose. I want 5-inch dual purpose. Do maximum publicity? Setback. What do you mean? Quality 1 2-inch guns. Yeah, that's I never used a 2-inch gun in my life. No. Protest or turbo electric drive. Better 9-inch guns. Not really interested in 9-inch guns. And how bad is this going to be? Exceedingly bad. Close to advanced director. Early AA director. That's good. Everything is faster than our aircraft. Copy game. So not a whole lot happened. Technological progress going forward. I'm waiting for the ability to purpose build light carriers and convert bigger carriers, but I'm at the mercy of the game here. I do want to do some refits. I do want to build a purpose-built light cruiser and heavy cruisers with some aircraft. Lots of stuff that I want to do. I also want to build some more modern big battleships. I'm up to 71,000 tons now. I don't see any reason to switch away from the quality 0 17-inch gun. That's pretty good. So would be like this, and add the directors, of course, and get rid of these. We can do a very quick study here, and I like this both for the range display and for the ability to break up other enemy gun lines. This could be a ship, and you can see that we have a lot of tonnage here, so we could, oh no, we could do 26 knots. I would have, of course, loved to do this, but we have this limitation. It will be a while yet before we can fully go triple turrets. So It's a bit sad, but there's nothing to be done about it. And of course, we need torpedo defense 4 to truly get there. Would have loved to reach 27 knots. That is a bit too soon, I think. So I will stop here and see you in the next episode.